Hello. What's going on, everyone? First and foremost, hello. My name's Wheeler. Welcome to Wheeler's Minis, where I paint and you chill. Going to be working on the character that we worked on, or that I made on Tuesday. This is going to be the last stream for a while because I'm moving. Got to look at the place today. Looks incredible. Super, super excited. But before we get started, just a few quick things to get out of the way. One, if you aren't already following the channel, please do. If you have the financial ability to, please consider subscribing. Don't forget that if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe for free once per month with a Twitch Prime subscription. I would appreciate if that was me. Other than that, be sure to follow me on my socials at Wheeler's Minis. Check out what's in the store right now for sale at wheelersminis.com. I've got a giveaway going on right now. Jesus, on my brain. The information will be up on my social. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check it out. I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else. So we're gonna do this thing. So the name of the stream is the name of the character. I rolled some d20s. I was going to let chat decide, but there wasn't really anyone there. So I rolled instead. And we got a Furbolg Warlock, Pact of the Fiend. So this is Faestina Ashbreeze. Got some cool flames going up around her. I printed off two because I'm thinking about sending one of these to one of the giveaway winners. Just as like a fun little extra bit. Let's see which one. I printed her off and I forgot to tighten the bed down on my printer, so she didn't print out very well the first time. So I had to reprint her today, and then I just, like, within the past 2 hours, primed them. So I'm just trying to see which one I want to work with. They're both pretty equal, but I will work on this one. No specific reason why, just because I can. And then as soon as the stream is done, I'm probably going to start packing up all of my stuff. I can get ready. Yeah. So she's a Pact of the Fiend. So I gave her a little finger guns, because you know warlocks, they love to be blasting eldritchly. So that's what I'm doing with that. And then I gave her a little gauntlet to kind of show her pact between her and her patron. But yeah, we're gonna figure this out, see how I want her to be painted. I think Furbolgs are... I don't remember their color scheme. skin tone can really be any color that you want it to be. Tends to be a fleshy paint. However, it does say that it matches the skin tone of their ancestors, so why don't we go for more of a fire giant and do like a gray. A gray skin tone. And then yeah, I kind of like that. And then we'll do like a funky hair color for the hair. That's like a mohawk. And then figure out the rest from there. So I think I'll start with a gray. Like a dark gray. And we'll move from there. So I'm starting off with deep gray, and then I'll probably hit it up with like a skin shade of some kind to just kind of bring out the natural skin tone of it. And then I'll start going up the grays, the blacks and grays family to move up from there for the skin tone. We'll see how that looks. But it should look good. I don't think it'll look bad in any way. Also, because they're a warlock, I gave them a mohawk because I think it looks cool. And they're wearing mostly leathers. Because warlocks have light armor proficiency. Kobolds are giant kin. They have ancestry in giants, but they are commonly, like, in most characters that you see, like a cow person. Got the big old floppy ears and all the attributes of a cow, except they don't moo. Although some, I guess, can. And I was really surprised when I rolled and got this as a as the character option, because I don't I never would have picked a Furbolg. They tend to be druids too, so when I got Warlock, I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. Alright, that is skin tone. Everything. Everything else is covered. Gave her some files for blood and things like that. And we've got the base that's going to be like fire and stuff, which I'll probably put some speed paint on now. Go ahead and grab that. For that red, we're going to do... I'd actually do an orange, because I think I have a... I've got Fire Drake. I haven't used this yet, I don't think. All the dried bits of speed paint that I didn't use are now in my thing as little dried pieces. I don't think I'll need more than that, but if I do, I will take care of it. And normally I would go more for an orange because flames tend to be more orange coated, but because this is a fiend warlock, I wanted to go a little bit more red with the color. More like of a deeper crimson red than the bright red, although I will hit up everything with that fluorescent red that I got to kind of help pull the model together. It's very like brownish red, but honestly, again, that's okay because I'm gonna go over it with stuff, and I want it to be a deeper red anyway. So I'm using some white ink, and then I'm going to take a brush and hopefully do what I want it to do. Which is kind of what it's doing now. Specifically, is just filling up these cracks with white ink. Oops. That'll be the base for like a lava base or something cool. So I haven't ever done it before, but I've seen a lot of videos on it and I wanted to give it a shot. And I am out of water to clean the brush. Thus will I return momentarily. That hurt. All right. Okay, so got the white done, that's good. then I can probably go over that with the high flow once it's dried. I had her wearing leather. I don't want to give her just like flame hair. I want to give her like a weird hair color. Like even if it's a fluorescent. Yeah, maybe I'll do the fluorescent purple. Or yeah, this is magenta. Yeah, this is definitely magenta. Oops, that's a lot of paint. Don't need that much paint. Hair that looks good. And then maybe we'll give her like a weird leather color too, because we've got a few different ones. Got black leather, which I'll bring out. I think I've got orange leather, red leather, and I think regular brown leather is the other one. We'll do a red leather. Don't have open this one. Do red leather on the top. Maybe with some like accents of orange leather. Standard leather for like the belt and stuff, and then black leather for the pants. No, it's okay. I started a little late. I'm glad you're here though. Yeah, leather does come in all. I'm glad that I have different colored leathers because it's not that like regular leather is boring, but I like having a variety of colors I can choose from. Plus, for her, I think that it would be a disservice to only paint one leather color. I think she lends herself to have a red tinge to her. Plus, the black leather isn't really black, it's more of like a very dark purple leather. But I think, again, it'll lend itself to the color scheme of the model. Go ahead right there. Okay. I'll take a break in 15 minutes. Yeah. I this is one of the first models in a while that I like didn't have I had a kind of an idea of the color scheme, but honestly I'm so bad at usually like picking a color scheme because I just base mine off of official art. So this is the first one in like I don't know how long where I came up with the color scheme on my own, which is exciting. I don't do that too often. Generally because I don't normally have the artistic vision to make snap judgments on things, because I'm usually very bad at that. But I don't know. When I have an idea of what a character is, it just makes it a lot easier for me to paint it. I'm gonna go full metal on the Full Metal Alchemist. We're gonna go full metal on the gauntlet, sans the pieces that are gonna be used to strap it to her. We'll do black leather on those as well. Even if it lends itself to seem like there's some leather bits on there, I still just kind of want to keep it full metal, just to kind of fit with the idea. Yeah. Because this was a character that I literally created on Tuesday, though, I just didn't have a color scheme in mind. Again, sans a couple of things, but so far she's looking pretty good, even with just the base amount that I have on there. Alright, and then she's got, I think it's like a leather glove. I'm just gonna do, because I'm trying to get this done in a specific amount of time, I think I'm just gonna do full leather on the other glove. Not go too crazy. And then to keep with the theme of the darkness, I think I'm going to just do the boots black. But the boot black, but the other parts that are just leather bits will do regular dark brown leather. I'm just going to get it all brown. And then if there are metal accents to it, I'll get to that once I get everything based. Right now I'm just focusing on making sure that everything has just a little bit of color on it. I want to get that thing that's been going around a lot recently in like the uh, art sphere, specifically ironically the mini art sphere, the like color cube or whatever. I've been seeing so many people who paint minis like use it, and they're like, it's literally so worth it. Gives you a great idea on color schemes, and is fun when you can just like pick one out of the bunch and start painting in that color scheme. So when I have some extra funds again, I might pick something like that up. And the things on her side are little vials. I think for now, get good brown on them. All right. We'll get some color on them. Yeah, it's like so it's just like a bunch of pictures that have like the color scheme of the picture in them. That's like broken down basically into like 5 colors or less. I think sometimes maybe more. But a lot of people have been using them. I've seen a lot of people in the mini painting sphere use them specifically to like help them get color schemes for the minis that they're painting. And as someone who definitely very rarely knows what color he wants to paint things, I think it would be a good investment to get. Um, but it'll have to be a little bit later. Yeah, I think it's just called. I literally think it's just called Color Cube. Yeah, I'll have to look at it. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of time to do it. We've been a little busy, but I wanna just take a peek at it and see what kind of things it has in it. Because man, oh man, would that be helpful for me, who is very indecisive at times about what colors I want things to be. But this girl's coming on pretty nice. Gonna do death metal, which I think is just like a really dark, gross. Yeah, it's like a. This might actually be the darker color for Evil Chrome. But we're gonna do this on the belt buckle. And then this is going to be her gauntlet color. And again, even though some of this might lend itself to be leather on here because of the character idea I had, I'm making pretty much everything on here metal except for the little straps. Because I want the gauntlet to be like a part of her pact with whatever entity she made her deal with. Like, this is the physical embodiment of it. Just going in, making sure it's not too overcrowded with the paint. Alright, she's got a good base coat on. Yeah, let me get some tone in here, and then I'm gonna eat dinner. Alright, so for this, I'm gonna take strong skin shade, and strong shade should be over here somewhere, I think. Yeah. Strong tone and strong skin shade. So strong skin shade, I don't need as much of because that's just going on the skin. And then strong tone, I will need more of because that's going everywhere. Right. So, skin tone. And even though she is gray, I just want a little bit of that brown undertone to really sell the point that, like, this is skin. Plus, I'm going to be bringing it back up anyway, so. I actually think I have a magenta tone too that I can use on the. So when this dries, we'll come back over it with the same tone that her skin is. Just kind of bring back that base color. And then start working our way up from there. This, put it all over. Make sure that her gauntlet had a minute before I put some fucking dark shade on there. I definitely used way too much, but that's okay. Alright. Yeah, food is very important. And I want to make sure that the delicious food that my wife gets eaten in a manner in which works for them. Where are you? I know that there you are. I know that I have a magenta tone because I went, ooh, magenta tone. I'm never going to use that. That was a flash cut to me when I first got this paint set. But because I wanted her hair to be something crazy, I went with magenta. She looks kind of cool already. I'm actually very happy with that for the fact that I've only been painting her for 40 minutes or so. There is a bite that's been taken out of my quesadilla. Is that what Phantom Tax is? Is that what that is? I'm too old. My wife was like, we can have this, we can have this, we can have this. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, whatever's easiest. And then they said, well, we can do quesadillas. And I went, cheese and bread, man. You can't beat it. Cheese and bread be good, man. Whoever came up with that combo. Bless. Oh. Yeah. Potatoes and cheese too, man. And bread. That stuff is incredible. When we were in Seattle, there's a little bakery attached to the convention center called Piroshki. At least I think that's what it is. Woo! They be making some good stuff. Next level. These people, man, they just know. It's so good, man. I think about it. I think I got there because I'm like in the morning I like sweet stuff. I don't know if that's a product of how I was raised, but I had they had like a berry one. Oh, so good. Look, I'll fault Russia for a lot of things, but I'll be damned if they don't do potatoes, baked goods, and beets really well. I love beets. especially like beets in a salad. Woo! That's some next level stuff right there. Hey man. My dad said, I can give you the recipes for the stuff I've made from your childhood. And I said, no thanks. There's like 3 things that I like. And one of them are his Christmas cookies. Unfortunately, being white means that I don't really have a lot of good recipes. I've got a lot of good like college recipes that are cheap if you're not vegetarian. But yeah, other than that, no thanks. Oh, I literally totally forgot to do the fucking... Oh well. Or little... Okay. Yeah, definitely did way too much of this fluorescent. I do not need that much of it. What I will do later is put some white with it though to help bring it back up. And then the rivets on her I'll probably do a different color too, but get there when we get there. Lucky. My family is from Mulberry, Florida, which is like a tiny little town outside of Lakeland. And my grandfather was in the Navy, so I'm sure he's got really good... I'm sure he had really good cocktail recipes at one point. But yeah, other than that, nope. My family is extremely white. Now my parents and my aunt, on the other hand, man, they came out of that and they said, you know what, I'm gonna make good food from now on. And boy did they. My aunt specifically, man, I would do ungodly things for her bread, man. I was actually just talking about it the other day because my parents were in town and we visited my his nephew, my cousin, or my parents' nephew, my cousin, who is the oldest of that aunt. And I was like, I would literally, I don't know if there's anything I wouldn't do to eat her bread. Because like hand cranked from wheatberry flour, and like homemade recipe bread, that stuff slapped so hard. People are always like, "Why do you like PB&J so much?" And I thought about it. I was like, honestly, it's probably because of her bread. Because my God, that stuff was just next level. And like fresh boysenberry jam and like good peanut butter. Oh, literally can't be beat. Yeah, dude, it was just so good. I miss that bread constantly. My family goes camping for Thanksgiving every year, and she makes like a big batch of rolls. And when I tell you, this woman comes in with like 6 bags of rolls with her to Thanksgiving camping, and by the end of Thanksgiving, they're all gone. Like, that's how much my family loves that shit. It is just so good. I remember the first time I had like a really good salad with her too. I made like a really nice salad with like strawberries and spinach and like poppy seeds, and it was just so good. She taught me a lot about cooking. Taught me a lot about life. I spent a lot of time with her when I was younger. Because after my parents got divorced, it was not like no abuse or anything, but like my dad took it pretty hard. So I was at her house a lot. But I learned so much from her. But all my aunts and uncles are starting to get up there in age. I mean, shit, my dad turns 60 tomorrow. It's crazy to me to think about. Yeah. My family, like, family's always been a really big thing for me. A lot of people don't understand it because they're like, I don't get it. Like, you're a very queer coded person. Like, I am probably the least what you consider being queer is, but like, I'm a very queer coded person. I'm dating, or I'm married. Jeez, I'm not dating. What am I talking about? I'm married to my wife, who is extremely queer and wonderful. And like, they're like, you grew up in such a conservative household. Like, how do you still have such a love for your family? And I was just like, I I just spent so much time with them. Like, I was never not around them, and I was always having different perspectives thrown at me because, like, very rarely has my family ever fully agreed on one thing. I mean, that's the nature of a family as big as, you know, seven brothers and sisters who all have their own children and things like that. But, like, the thing that we all came back to was just, like, family's important to us. And no matter what, like, family's going to be there. And that's obviously not always true, because there are some lines that my family does their best to not cross into, and that makes it hard sometimes to consider them family. But you know, most of my family has surprised me in how willing they are to learn and be better. Everyone's like, "You have such a conservative family. How are you so attached to them?" I just spent all my time with them as a kid, and so they mean a lot to me now. Yeah, I think that's the thing is like camping around Thanksgiving was never really. It's been going on for 40 years now. Like they've been doing it for that long, and it's just like when you've been doing something for that long, it just becomes. It feels like second nature. That's how a lot of things are for my family. Big tradition. Even still, I've been pleasantly surprised, like I said, with how willing my family is to grow and learn about things. You know, not necessarily that I've. It's not expected of them, but they're very set in their ways people. So when I hear that like they're making a conscious effort to be better, it just feels good. Like especially when it comes to like respecting pronouns and things like that. When I hear like the fact that my family is very much like, yeah, they do their best to respect it. Like they're not perfect, but they're at least trying. I'm like, that's honestly better than to some people. So So now I'm just going back through. I did a little bit of highlight on the boots themselves with like a dark gray. So now I'm going back through and just hitting up some spots that may have gotten too much of that with the black to kind of bring it back down. But honestly, it looks pretty good. And then
Looks pretty good. I'm actually quite happy with how she's turned out so far. Still got some work to do, but pretty cool. Alright, now we start to get into the nitty gritty. like the grit of the pants. I know they just look gritty. Now crouch to right for that. Do some red copper. last little bit that we've got to do on her is just getting some highlight in specific places. That I will put white down. Steal some of it. Looks sick. I love this. Alright, and then we'll do Bootstrap Brown on on, trim. Oh, goodness.
We'll do bootstrap brown for highlights on the leather pieces. Alright, now we can start focusing on the tiny details.
Yeah, she looks pretty cool. That's what I was gonna use a smaller brush for. Now I remember. Yeah, she looks pretty good. Alright. Alright, alright. Just to make it consistent. Coolio. Alright, she's done on her body. Now I need to work on the base and stuff. I got 10 minutes. I should be able to get it done. Tis Thursday for sure. Normally these are meant for, which made sense after the fact, but the high flow acrylics are made for airbrushing. I did not understand that at first. I was like, damn, these are so watered down. They're meant for airbrushing. That's why. I'm just an idiot. And with white ink as the base, man, this should look real good.
And luckily it's already got kind of a cracked base on it, so I don't have to do like Mordant Earth or anything on it. It's already got that kind of pre-built in. And sure enough, that does look very good. Crazy how that works. Alright, and then for I did not do the red. Yeah, it's crazy how that works. You use things for their intended purposes. Sure. last thing to do legitimately is base cleaned up. What time is it? Oh, it's 8. Fuck it, it's the last one. Let's just barrel through this real quick. It's not gonna take too long. It's also the last stream I'm going to be doing for a little bit, so I was like, you know what? Let me just finish up the mini. Have some semblance of satisfaction. Boom. Last little thing that I will do. Just a little bit of underglow from the base. Bada bing, bada boom. Faestina Ashbreeze is done. 2 hours flat. Ish. I'm really happy with how she turned out. She looks really cool. Like, I definitely dig the dark flame going on. That's what I wanted. And then, like, the lava base. I've never done something that well with a little bit of the glow up from the bottom. It looks so good. I can't wait to take pictures and show you all. But yeah, that'll do it for me for a bit. I hope that you enjoyed. I'm looking forward to moving and having a more decent setup in space. I'm going to be painting a little bit after stream. But yeah, thanks so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. I will be back as soon as possible, I promise. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I appreciate you all very, very much. And I'll see you soon. Keep an eye on the socials and Discord to see when I get to do another episode. Good night.